Good morning. It is 7:30 a.m. on Saturday, January 13th. We are on our way to Alabama Hills and Death Valley National Park here in California. This is the start of our road trip in the Tesla Model Y. We're going to do some camping. We're going to do some supercharging. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're starting with a battery of 250 miles. It's telling me that we are going to have to stop in Mojave to charge. Looks like we'll only need to charge for about 10 minutes. And then once we get past Mojave, we can go out a little bit further. Lone Pine has a supercharger, so we will stop there and charge all the way to 100% before going to our campground. But looks like we have an hour and 12 minutes to get to Mojave, and we'll see how much longer we have after that. Now we're stopping for a quick snack, bathroom break, and then we'll hit up the supercharger right after this. Okay, so we just pulled in here at the supercharger. There's actually a few over by these stores, but there's also a bunch more over here, and I'm gonna go over here because there's only one other person, which means that we're probably going to get to charge pretty quickly. We're gonna pull up right over here. We made it to the Mojave supercharger. We have 105 miles left, but we're gonna charge up enough to get us to Lone Pine and then probably charge again there so that I have a full battery before getting to the campground. Right now, if we were to go to the campground, it would be at minus 18% battery, which obviously is not going to work. So let's get to charging. All right, here we go. Hit the little button on the top. Now I'm just about wrapping up my charging session here in Mojave. We're at 250 miles on the battery. Next stop is the Lone Pine supercharger so we can get charged up before heading into the campground, which is Tuttle Creek. So it looks like we have about an hour and 36 minutes until we get to the next supercharger, and we'll see you there. Alright, so we are approaching the supercharging station in Lone Pine, California. The mountains are beautiful with clouds and snow. We are at about 86 miles to the battery right now. We, in theory, have enough to get to our campground, but I want to go ahead and charge up just a little bit because we need to go pick out a campsite. It is a first come, first serve campground, which means that we need to go pick out a spot before they all get taken up for the day. So we're gonna charge for a little bit so that we can make it to the campground and go from there. This is one of my favorite supercharging stations because of how beautiful the background is. But anyway, here we go. Hit the little button on the top. So after we find our campsite that we want, we are going to reserve that, and then there's a cafe that's up the street here. We're gonna go have some lunch. They have really good food. They're really highly rated. So we're gonna go check that out and then head back to the campsite, set up all of our stuff, probably hang out there for a little bit, maybe explore the area, and then we'll probably get ready for the evening and don't know what to say after that. So I'm gonna end it there. Okay, so we just got here to the Tuttle Creek campground. Basically what you want to do is you need to go in and pick which campsite you want, and then you come back here and you drop $10 in this deposit box, and then you fill out a little slip, and that slip gets attached to a little post outside of your campsite. So we're going to try and be efficient here, and we're going to pick up the piece of paper first so that we can go put it on our campsite and then bring the $10 back and put it in here. Okay, so I actually just learned you can also go on the recreation.gov app and you can pay online. So if you don't have cash, no problem. It's $10 per site per night or $30 for a group site. You can actually scan this QR code right here if you don't have the app, or you can go on the app and pay for your site. A lot of great things to say, super comfortable. I'm really looking forward to taking this on all my upcoming trips. I've got a bunch scheduled in California to do more car camping, so I'm really excited to have Xbed along for the journey. All right, a little video update here. It is 5:21 p.m. on Saturday, January 13th, 2024. We are here at the Tuttle Creek campground in Alabama Hills. This is our view right now, which is pretty darn amazing. We just watched the sunset. I am at 83% battery, which is also 267 miles. We've got plenty of battery for some overnight camping with camp mode. We were just actually calculating our day tomorrow and getting to Death Valley National Park with a reasonable amount of battery. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna catch a sunrise at about 7 a.m. So we're gonna wake up at 5, probably leave the campground around 6. That'll give us enough time to get to our destination for the sunrise. Give us about 30 minutes to get over there, about 15 to 20 minutes to set up my camera and get to the actual location, which might require some walking or light hiking. So we'll be ready to go by 7. We'll catch the sunrise, then we'll head back into town in Lone Pine and charge to 100% because that'll be our last chance to charge before we go into Death Valley National Park. Good evening. It is almost 7 p.m. on Saturday, January 13th, 2024. We're getting settled in at our campground and we're looking for a couple things to do that we can play. And it's too cold to sit outside, so we're gonna sit in the car. We have a deck of cards so we can play a few games of that. We have a couple of books to read, and then also, as I'm sure you know, the Tesla has Netflix and Hulu. Yep, that's right. And I don't care if y'all judge me for watching Netflix when I'm supposed to be camping, because guess what? It works. So we're gonna watch some Suits. If you haven't seen this show, then you're sleeping. I don't know what to tell you. Just to show you that it works. Look at that. We're out in the middle of Alabama Hills and we're watching Netflix, having a good old time. About to eat a little snack and feel just like home. It's nice and toasty in here. Let's see, what do we got? The climate. We actually had to shut it off because it got a little warm in here, but it's very comfortable. We have our seat warmers on, have the climate control going, and a little bit of Netflix. It's 9:30 p.m. and we are getting ready to go to sleep soon, just winding down and reading our books. Earlier we were watching Netflix on the Tesla, which was super cool. I know some of you will give me shit for that, but that's okay. I don't really care. It's a really cool experience, actually. So we were watching TV for a while and now getting ready to go to sleep because we have to get up at 5 a.m. We are now in camp mode. So you can probably see the little fireplace there on the screen. So climate control, we have it set to 70 degrees, so it's very comfortable in here. I don't even have a blanket on yet. That's how comfortable I am. So we're gonna see what our charging stats are in the morning and see how much battery we have left. We should have plenty. I think I checked, it was like 255 miles to the battery when we started camp mode. So I expect it to only drain about 10%. So that's probably equivalent to 30 miles or so, 20 to 30 miles of battery. So really not bad overall, but we're gonna go to sleep. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is 5:50 in the morning on Sunday, January 14th. We are just now leaving our campground and campsite. It's pitch black still outside, but we're gonna go chase a sunrise. So we're headed off to Movie Road, which is basically this dirt road that has a really stunning view. We're gonna be there in about 15 minutes. It's only about 4.5 miles away. Our battery is at 237 miles. We started the night last night with 255 miles, so really not bad at all. considering we ran camp mode all night long with the climate control. It was very comfortable. Actually, I think we even got too warm a couple times and I had to turn the heat down a little bit, which was a little surprising. So other than that, another successful evening of camping in the Tesla. We'll see you at Movie Road. All right, we made it to Movie Road. The sun is slowly starting to creep its way out. Obviously, you can't see right now from the phone because it's still super dark. It is 6:18. I expect the sun to rise at 7, but it'll rise a little sooner than that. It'll actually paint the mountains orange and blue, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll show you that here in a few minutes. Alright, we're back here in Lone Pine again to supercharge. We've been here at least 2 or 3 times already. There is the Film History Museum here as well, where a lot of Hollywood films have been filmed here in Lone Pine and Alabama Hills. So if you are interested in checking that out while you charge, I think they just ask for a $5 donation. We're at 206 miles right now. Gonna plug the car in. We need to get to a 100% battery because there are very limited charging stations in Death Valley. Let's get charged up. A quick charging tip to share is you can actually see in real time how much the charging session costs. Currently, I have some free supercharging credits, which is why it says $0 for me, but for you, that's where that would show up, so you can track how much you're spending. Alrighty, we're fully charged, and we're heading out to Death Valley. So it looks like about 1 hour and 58 minutes, 105 miles, and we will get there with 72% battery. We'll see you there. So when we were in Alabama Hills, we stopped at a few different places and spent a little bit of money, but really not bad overall. On the way there, we stopped at Starbucks in Mojave and spent about $6.25. Our campsite in Alabama Hills was $10 for the night. We also stopped at the Alabama Hills Bakery and Cafe for some lunch. We spent around $26, I think. And so all in all, we spent about $42 on that trip. I did not spend any money on supercharging because I actually have some free credits that I earned through Tesla. So that's why I didn't pay for any supercharging. For you, that might be different if you are in a Tesla or if you're paying for gas. So make sure to factor that in as well. If you enjoy this content, would like to see more of this content, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking, comment, support me down below, and I will be able to make more of these videos for you all. I really enjoy doing this. I have a lot of fun documenting my journey in the Tesla and going back and seeing what I can improve on, what I did really well on, and just sharing it all with you. Thank you for watching part 1 of my Tesla camping video to Alabama Hills. Make sure you check out part 2 to camping in Death Valley National Park. So go check that out right here.